Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. Today we're going to talk about those graphs and charts that people go by to determine, a room size, the width, the height, and the length that works well. We're going to walk through the process. Bonello and Bolt, Septimeyer, apologize for spelling. I haven't had time to check it right now. So you all get the idea because you refer to these a lot. They've been in the literature for years and years. So let's kind of walk through what's behind them, so you get an understanding and a feel for what's going on here. These are mathematically calculated ratios of width, height, and length so that you combine and you produce axial modes that are at least 5 hertz apart. Now, a daunting task without a computer, because these tables were done years ago when they didn't have computers. So these are mathematical calculations of width, height, and length that minimize the impact of axial modes. Now, how does it do that? Well, it looks for ratios where the modes are 5 hertz or more apart. That's what their goal is, to try to get as few situations that are less than 5 hertz apart. That's the goal. So it must have taken hours, days, weeks, I don't know. I calculated the diffuser sequences by hand one time from prime 7 all the way to prime 23, I believe, or 43. I can't really remember. It took forever to do it. There's a formula, it's the modulus n formula. You can do it by hand, but it takes a long time. So they did it, all right? These are mathematically derived ratios of what we call OD, outside room dimensions. This is the footprint of the room, the external skeleton, if you will, the OD, the outside dimension. They're good start points, but you have to be careful, just like anything else in physics. Because what about the treatment for these axial modes that these ratios of outside dimension produce? Treatment takes up space. How much space? 12 to 16 inches on average with our technology, and we have the most powerful. So you got to give up that kind of space inside the room, right? So now our room is not the original dimension. It's the original dimension minus the treatment requirements. So now we have a new footprint. Then you have to ask the question, is the new internal dimension of width, height, and length mathematically favorable? It may or may not be. The OD and the ID have to work together to, as we say in physics, do no harm. So not only do you have to calculate the OD, the maximum footprint, but you have to look at the usage and the treatment space requirements. That's going to form a new room with different dimensions. Is that new room with different dimensions mathematically favorable? 17 years of doing this, it's about 50-50. It's a pretty high error rate. So you got to look at both. Nothing wrong with starting here. Then you got to look at what you're going to do in the room. Then you got to look at the space requirements for the low frequency treatment. Middle and high frequency, easy, regardless of room size. It's not a factor for budget, but not a factor for calculation of dimensions. So don't forget this. Problem, and you got to find the proper solution. OD and ID. OD is the original footprint. ID is the internal dimensions you're left with after treatment, which we just spoke about, could take 12 to 16 inches of space. Both forms of dimensions have to be considered. So good starting point with all of these old school, if you will, calculations. But don't forget about the cost and in both price and space for treatment. Hope this helps. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to. So please do that, because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.